It's day 57 of the Readathon. I have no idea what day it is. Good morning. Is this a bad angle? The answer is yes. I started playing this freaking farm game. I had played it before, like probably years ago, and my farm got super, super big. And then I got sick of it. Excuse me, camera, you are slipping away. But I restarted the game and I'm like hooked on it again. And it's like, why did I even do this to myself? Yesterday was Easter. I didn't vlog at all, but I had a nice Easter at home with my boyfriend. We didn't do anything crazy. I got a little bit of reading done. I started This Summer I Turned Pretty because I needed something that was just like, I didn't really have to like think about it. I found the audiobook for it on Scribd, so it was just kind of like a little thing happening. It's a shorter book than I thought it was gonna be. I don't really have an opinion about it so far. I don't know. I've read Jenny Han before. I love the P.S. I Still Love You series. I think it's so freaking adorable. I'm not like feeling any particular way right now, but I don't think I'm gonna like this book as much as I like the first book of the other series. I have to edit my vlog. For the first couple of weeks, I decided to merge them. So I have to edit that and get that posted, and I have some other things I need to get done. I'm hoping to read a good chunk today. Maybe I'll listen to my audiobook while I grow my farm. Who knows? We'll see. So many possibilities now that I have this farm. Oh, my boyfriend got me a tripod so I can like do stuff. I mean, I'm not good at it. Also, sorry about that light glare. Alright, I'm out of here. You're slipping away again. I gotta figure out how to tighten this camera. Goodbye. That looked like a who. Creepy. Good morning, everybody. I'm in the most uncomfortable. Oh my god. I didn't read a single page yesterday. 0 pages. So I got up and I was like going about my day, and then I just like really needed to lay back down. So I'm back in bed. I'm going to read for a little bit. I think I'm going to be reading This Summer I Turned Pretty, just because I think I just need something a little mindless, and that book goes by really fast. Summer I Turned Pretty, here we come. I never had that summer, but I'm glad somebody did. Oh, hello, Stephanie. Back so soon? Yes. There are so many people in this book already, and it's kind of like throwing me off. I keep forgetting who people are. I had to double check that this was the first book of the series, because right off the bat, like, they're talking about 2 boys that the main character liked. It was just really weird start. I don't know. I didn't think I minded established relationships like that, but I don't know, maybe I do mind it. There's a lot of people in this book. There's already about 6 characters. I'm like 40 pages in. I can't keep up with names. I'm difficult. My brain is hard. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? It's hard for my brain to get a grasp on names. So, when I get 6 names thrown at me at once, I black out. I haven't even moved. How did this happen? I'm just here to say that Taylor is a terrible friend, and I hope that she learns that or she leaves the premises. That's all. Thanks for coming. I really need to get up. But I'm so comfy. I think I'll just stay. So I got a good chunk of reading done. I read much longer than I expected to, but I'm getting more into The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm starting to know the characters now, so it's getting more entertaining, whereas at the beginning of the book, it was kind of like you were just thrown into all of these relationships and you didn't really understand what was going on. There's some like weird tensions in the relationships that I still don't understand what's going on, and I don't particularly like that. But it's still been interesting, and it's a quick read. I love it when books have short chapters because I'll look. The script will tell you how many pages are left in the chapter, and if it's like 8 or 3 pages or 4 pages left in this chapter, it's like, all right, let me read just one more chapter. It's always like, okay, just one more. And then before you know it, you've gotten so far in the book. I love that. Love it. Wonderful. I don't know what's up with me today. I feel so tired. Like, I don't want to do anything. Made myself a big jug of coffee, and I'm just gonna hang out and read for a little bit, and hopefully that caffeine will kick in. I'm with my girl. She's very cute. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. I just finished reading The Summer I Turned Pretty. I should have known that since this book was part of a series that it wasn't going to wrap up nicely, but I don't know. I just ignored that and got disappointed at the end when it didn't wrap up nicely. The Summer I Turned Pretty is a story about a girl named Isabel. Everybody calls her Belly. She goes to this summer beach house every summer with her mom, her brother, and then her mom's best friend and her 2 sons. So right off the bat, we're introduced to 10,000 people. Belly has some complicated relationships with these 2 brothers, right? She's grown up with them. She has feelings for one of them. I mean, here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people talk about how they don't like pre-established relationships in books, that they want to be there from the very beginning. And I've never read a book where I've felt like I couldn't get into the relationship because it was pre-established, but that's kind of what happened here. You get some flashbacks of her growing up and the other summers she had at the beach house that helps you piece things together, but it's hard to get into the relationship because you didn't see almost any of the buildup. So the entire time she has feelings for this guy, and I really don't understand why she likes him because he's just acting like a little turd. I enjoyed reading it. It was an easy read, and there were very charming parts to the story. There's a couple other things going on that give it some valuable moments. Part of me wants to continue with the series, and then part of me just doesn't care. Like, I cared about the characters, but I also felt like I couldn't care for them as much as I wanted to because I wasn't involved in a lot of the building of it. I don't know. What did other people say about this book? Why does Goodreads look different? This book has a 3.93, which is good. Did my friends read it? 3.5, 4, 3, 3, 5, 4, 4, 3. Oh, wow. 5 stars? I don't know, y'all. It wasn't 5 stars. I'll tell you that. It's another one of those things where I feel kind of indifferent, and so I'm stuck in the middle again. And books like this frustrate me a little bit because there's no real feeling going on. They're just kind of like, I would have probably rated it like a 3.7. I'm very specific with my ratings, and I just pull them out of my butt. So that book covered my prompt for a book by the sea, by the shore or something. So I've making my way through the Bromance Book Club. I haven't read any of the Bromance Book Club or the Institute, but I've started on those. And then the only other book I have left is Miracle Creek. Good morning! So, how are you? Why do I start filming before I'm even ready? How are you? I don't know what day it is. 16th? I don't know. 16th, 10 days till my birthday. I had a really good reading day yesterday. I finished This Summer I Turned Pretty, which was my Defense Against the Dark Arts read. So, done with that. I also read a little bit of the Institute, a little bit of the Romance Book Club. So, yeah, it was great. It was a great reading day yesterday. I'm hoping the same for today, but I don't know. I have work to do for work. I'm having a Zoom date with one of my best friends that I haven't talked to in a long time. And then I've been working on opening an Etsy shop. So I have some listings that I need to work on. The past couple of days I've been feeling very low energy. I don't know if it's from being in the house all day. I need to go walk around outside or something, but I was just really struggling. So today I got properly ready. I have jeans on, which I never do if I'm at home ever. But it's already like made a difference. I know that sounds so dumb, but I don't know, when I'm in cozy pants and stuff, it's just my brain functions a different way. So right now I just feel like I'm dressed, there's things that need to get done, and I'm energized for it. It might also be the coffee, I don't know. Come here, baby, over here. Good girl. Can you sit? Here's my girl. Burping in my face. You got some boogies? I always got your back, okay? Did I even properly introduce Sadie? She's a black lab. We think she has a little bit of greyhound in her. What are you? It doesn't matter. I love her. She's 5 years old. She turned 5 in December. Yeah. And she likes tennis balls and treats and all that stuff. What do you think? You want a treat? Sadie, you want a treat? You want a treat? That's a yes. How you doing? Let me just sit down for a second. Let's talk. I spent a bunch of time today working on my puzzle and listening to the Institute on audiobook. I am loving the Institute. Wow. I must be probably halfway through the book. And I'm a little nervous because I don't understand how I'm only halfway when so much has happened. And that makes me nervous because Stephen King has a way of giving me the best first half of a book I could ever ask for and then just like kicking me in the second half. And I'm like, fingers crossed that the second half stays great. I'm trying to not listen to the entire audiobook because I'm supposed to be reading it mostly when it's dark outside. So I need to hold off. A tragedy happened today where I've learned that one of the pieces of my puzzle is missing. I bought this puzzle at Goodwill because it was still had the plastic wrap around it, and I was like, great. I know there's not going to be any missing pieces here. Psych. I got played so hard, y'all. Like, I can't even believe it. Like 500 pieces later, and I realized there's not 500 pieces. I don't know, like nothing interesting is happening. I'm trying to get some work done before my boyfriend James gets home so that when he gets home I can hang out with him. My vlogs tend to go kind of down the drain well, they suck from the start, but they tend to go really down the drain when he gets home because I really just want to hang out with him when he gets home from work. He's been working. He's considered an essential worker, so he's not home with me all day. As much as I would love to just bug him nonstop all day. Started hitting that afternoon slump, so I made myself some iced coffee, and now I need to really focus because I got distracted. I ended up Skyping my parents, and then just another hour left, gone, so I need to work. But after that, I don't know what's gonna happen. Guys, hello? This is really important. These gummies, they're from Aldi. Safeway has them. They're like the generic, whatever generic gummy that's a shark or a dinosaur. It's the best one. Just trust me, it's the best gummy out there. And you won't regret it. I eat like 5 a day. Sadie. Layo. This book is so good. I still have read most of it at night, so I'm still doing okay for my astronomy prompt, but I am past 300 pages. I'm a good chunk of the way through, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna read a little bit longer and try not to mess up my balance that I have going on here for this class. But I like this book. Yay. Hey. I feel a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. That's hot. I can't even drink that. I haven't vlogged in the past couple of days. I think I filmed one clip on Saturday. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be better at vlogging when it's just on my own terms rather than I'm being forced to do it for a month long. I feel like the month is slipping away so quickly and I still have so many books to read. I'm very close to finishing the Bromance Book Club. I'm hoping to finish it today. I'm really enjoying it. The characters were frustrating me. They still sometimes do, but I think overall it's a very well told story. The pacing is incredible. Just the humor in it and just the character development that's going on. Everything is just really satisfying right now. I've been working on my own little projects. Yesterday I opened an Etsy shop. A slide out prints shop, y'all. I'm really excited about it. I have just a couple handfuls of things on there. Digital files, printables that I created. I'm really excited about it. I love it. This Etsy shop has given me a really nice creative outlet that I'm grateful for. It feels good to have something to pour my time into and to cultivate and take care of. So yeah, I'm about to put on Zoe Delaney's new vlog while I draft up some new designs, and I'll read a little more later. So, yay! Yesterday, I decided I wanted to look like Zoe Deschanel, so I started cutting my bangs. Got to this length and realized I was very scared, so I stopped. And so now I have these weird things going on, so don't freaking judge me. I'm not gonna poo-poo on myself anymore for... Hey, Sadie, don't do that. For not vlogging just gonna do what I want. I'm gonna move on. My dog's got an attitude. Just ignore her. Yesterday, I finished the Romance Book Club. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a great book, but it made me realize some things I've been saying may not be true. So I talked about what this book was in the previous video, but I'm going to do a quick recap. Minimal spoilers. I mean, like, nothing crazy at all. So unless you want to read the book and know nothing about it, you're going to be fine. This is a story of Gavin and Thea. I don't know why I'm doing this. Gavin and Thea were together for 3 months before she got pregnant. Crazy, right? And so Gavin's like, yo, let's get married. So they get married. In the past 3 years they've been together, haven't been great. Thea has been lying about her pleasure in the sheets. And one night, Gavin's like, oh, what the? I ain't never hear you make those noises before. And Thea admitted that she was lying for 3 years. And so Gavin, understandably, got upset. He kind of acted like a baby about it, but he got upset. And so Thea kicked him out of the house. Gavin needs to try and get her back. Him and his friends have a romance book club. That's the title of the book, where they read romance books to try and understand women and what they want. I've always said that I can enjoy a book even if the characters are unlikable. I think I've been lying. I did not like Thea, Gavin's wife in this book, and I definitely did not like her sister. That knocked down this book's rating for me. I feel like this book could have been a 5-star book if what I had been saying about liking books despite bad characters was true, but it's not true. I don't think it's true. Thea kicks him out of the house, so he left. And then for the entire rest of the book, she's mad that he left. What are you doing? Why are you testing your husband? He is your husband. What are we doing here? Liv was Thea's sister who, of course, wanted to have her sister's back, you know, all that stuff. But when Thea and Gavin start, working on their relationship, and Gavin's trying to put this effort in, all this knowledge that he's obtained from his romance novels, Liv just fucking poo-poos all over their relationship. I don't like her. I understand their past that you will learn about if you read the book. I understand all of the things happening in the novel. But Thea and Liv were annoying. And that is why this book was not 5 stars. Romance Book Club taught me that unlikable characters definitely have an impact on the rating for me. I can't ignore it. I can't ignore it. I feel like I can understand why a character is doing specific things, but that doesn't make it any less annoying when they do them. Today. What's going on today? Another day in quarantine. I have to read Miracle Creek, the rest of the Institute, which I haven't touched in a few days, and then I'm done with my owls. Miracle Creek has been really captivating so far. I'm not that far into the book, maybe like 10% of the way in. It's been great. Something I am struggling with is all of these books have been ebooks except the Institute. So I don't know, I've read, how many books have I read? I don't know, but they've all been ebooks. And I am so sick of reading ebooks. As you can see, like, my shelves are full of yarn. I really don't. I have a lot of books in storage, but I don't have the space for a big bookshelf. And I was realizing that I was buying a lot of books and then just not reading them. So I had made a deal with myself that I would stop buying books unless they were favorite reads or they were nonfiction, because for nonfiction I really enjoy writing in it, highlighting stuff, things like that. And then the rest of it I would get from the library. But now that everything is closed, it's getting annoying to read a bunch of ebooks and not have physical copies at home. I'm gonna go do some like necessary work, and then I say this every time, whatever, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do necessary work, and then I'm gonna try and read and probably never talk to you again for the rest of the day. If it's dark out because it's raining, am I allowed to read my astronomy book? I have this much left of the Institute. Page 394. How many pages are there? How many pages are there? 557. 557 pages. What pages is that? I don't know. I think I can read all that today. Who knows? My thing with reading is that I love it. But I'm not good at it when my boyfriend is home because I love him and I want to hang out with him. He's at work and I'm going to try and do stuff with this. And it's raining, so I'm not cheating. I'm cheating a little bit. Today is the 24th. It's 2 days till my birthday. And 1 year since when one of my canaries died. Her name was Desi. I miss her. She was a champion. She had one leg. She was freaking cool, man. Love you, bird in heaven. Oh, by the way, I didn't read anything yesterday. Full disclosure. Does anybody else's dog lay like this? Because this makes me so happy. Say, where's your toy? Good girl. You got a monkey? You got your monkey? I love you. So let's talk about this book. So I realized I never really gave a proper explanation of what the Institute was about, so I'm going to try and do that right now. The Institute is a story about a bunch of kids who get kidnapped by this little government organization who's taking kids that have telepathy or telekinesis. And they run all these experiments on these children, and it's mainly the story of Luke, who we see get kidnapped at the beginning of the book, and his parents are murdered, and he's taken in the night, and he wakes up in a room that kind of looks like his, but also has some differences, and he's learning about what this place does and going through all of these terrible things. It's been really fascinating so far. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the pacing of the book. I like Stephen King. I like him. I like his writing style. I like the detail that he goes into, even though sometimes it's not necessary. I need to make coffee or something, but also I need to not drink so much coffee. Do you understand? Okay. I made coffee because I need it. And I've been making the Dalgona, I don't know if I'm saying it right, TikTok coffee, like every day. Here's a tip. Add like a tablespoon of vanilla syrup, and then on the very tippy top, put a little bit of caramel drizzle, and it's like you made a delicious caramel macchiato with the fluff. It's so much better than just making it regular. Okay, you're welcome. Hi. Yesterday was my birthday. I had a great quarantine birthday with my boyfriend. I basically just did whatever I wanted at home and ate carrot cake, and my housemate made me cookies, and then my boyfriend did a thing called he got me a cameo from Tommy Chong.
Hey, Stephanie, girl. Well, happy birthday to Stephanie. Happy birthday to you.
I love Tommy Chung. I love him. I love his entire personality. I love him. He's so cool. Yeah, I had a good birthday. I also finished The Institute yesterday. I have one book left for the Owls, which is Miracle Creek. I'm about 10% of the way into that book, so oh shit. So that means I have 4 days to finish Miracle Creek, and I think I'll be fine as long as I don't procrastinate like I usually do. The Institute was good. I was super into it at the beginning of the book. Into the middle of it, it was still going awesome. I really thought it could be a 5-star book, but I knew it wasn't going to be because, I don't know, the way Stephen King wraps up some things, I don't like it. I didn't mind how the book wrapped up, but there were parts of the book that really took me out of it, that I wish Stephen King would stop doing. Stephen King tends to have this uncontrollable urge to make political commentary in books when it doesn't add to the story. It's not relevant to anything going on in the story. It's just there as a passive-aggressive jab at, I'm sure, some of his readers who think differently from him. He can do whatever he wants. That's his book. But that also means that I can feel however I want. And it takes me out of the story completely when that stuff happens, because I don't see how it adds to the story. It's just, it's not doing anything there. I don't know why he's doing this, but that knocked it down, because the second half of the book became just those occasional but there passive-aggressive comments and political commentary, and I just don't care for that where it's not part of the story. It's literally had nothing to do with anything. It's Monday. I'm not gonna lie, I ate a bunch of junk yesterday and I don't feel too good. So I'm gonna go eat a cookie for breakfast, and I'm gonna read a little. I'm gonna go read and think about how Tommy Chong gave me such sweet advice yesterday about staying positive and keeping it blazing. What's up, y'all? It's May 1st, so that means that the Owls are over. This was my first Owls readathon, and I learned a lot. So I just wanted to take this time to kind of wrap up everything that I read, how I felt, all that good stuff. I did finish everything on time, which I'm so proud about. I finished my last book, which was Miracle Creek, last night, so I did it. I finished the prompts: Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, Charms, Divination, Astronomy, Arithmancy, and Potions, which means that I successfully got all of my Herbology Professor courses done, and on top of that, I got my Magical Shop Management certificate and my Merpeople Linguistics certificate. So, hell yeah! I had higher hopes for myself for the month. I was really hoping that I could finish all of those prompts and then go in and get the Animangus training or the Locomotive Trains operating certificate, which is so random for me, but both of those categories I would have only needed one more book. It just didn't work out that way, and that's totally fine. I realized I didn't really talk about Miracle Creek, mainly because I went into it not knowing much about the story at all. I just knew that it was mostly just a trial. It's a small town in Virginia where a Korean family owns this company. There's essentially a submarine inside of a barn, and people go there to breathe pure oxygen. And a lot of people have this belief that breathing in this pure oxygen can help cure autism, cure infertility, and just things like that. A tragedy happens, and people die, and the story kind of flashes back and forth between what each character has been up to and the trial, which I really enjoyed. The trial was very well written. Angie Kim was a lawyer, so she knows what she's doing. Her book said that she lived in Northern Virginia. What's up? Represent. I thought it was really well written. It was very heavy. I don't think that book is for everyone. I gave it 4 stars. It was great. It was great. This month, I read every single day except for 3 days, and I managed to read a total of 2,182 pages, which is so good for me. I got into a really good routine of waking up in the morning, making my cup of coffee, and just sitting down for an hour and reading. And I think I've learned that I'm a morning reader. I used to think I was a nighttime reader. I am not a very good nighttime reader. I get very drowsy, very sleepy, and it's not good. Morning is where it's at, where my morning readers at. Things I learned from this readathon are that vlogging for a month straight does not work for me. I don't know how to do it yet. Maybe sometime it'll work for me, but right now it doesn't. This was the first time that I made a TBR in a long time. I stopped making TBRs because I realized I can't stick with them. I switched out one book. I was supposed to read Platform 7 instead of The Institute. I'm glad I made that switch. I don't regret it. I had this weird thought, like, earlier this week, where I was just like, I've loved The Owls, but I'm kind of excited for it to be over so that I can read what I want. Which just doesn't make sense because I picked these books, no one's making me read them. But setting up a TBR just made me feel like, I don't know, like I was being forced to read that TBR, whereas normally I would just kind of like pick my next book at random. I liked aspects of having a TBR, but I think having such a big TBR of 7 books, I don't usually read 7 books a month, just made it a little bit more restricting for me. I also realized that I like reading all of the Twitter shenanigans that goes on during the Owls, but I'm not good at participating on anything relating to the readathon. I just like reading, and that's okay. I had a great time. I've submitted all of my pages for Hufflepuff. I don't think I ever even said what house I was in. I am a proud Hufflepuff. In college, I was sorted... I'm like really aging myself. In college, I was sorted into Ravenclaw, and at that time in my life, I felt hella Ravenclaw. And I think parts of me are very Ravenclaw. But when like the new test came out or whatever, I was sorted into Hufflepuff, and I don't know, something about Hufflepuff just feels right in my soul. I'm here, Hufflepuffs. I am with you. I loved this. I'm very glad I completed all my prompts. I challenged myself, and I'm glad that I succeeded, and I'm very excited for the Newts in August. So, I'm on my way to be a professor of herbology. Thanks for hanging out with me through all of this. I appreciate it. And that's all. Happy Owls. I hope you all did awesome. Let me know what house you're in, if you completed all your prompts, and what your favorite book of the month was. Did you read any of the books that I read? Have you ever read any of the books I read? And are your ratings totally different from mine? Like, did you hate 6 Stories? Or did you hate Miracle Creek or something? I'd love to know. Okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Bye.